Welcome back. I am so glad that you're here. I wanted to do a video about how amazing I feel after returning my Nespresso Vertuo Next machine. I'm going to be inserting some commentary along the way in this video. I think it's worthwhile knowing about Nespresso's return policy and replacement policy, all of that. And so I have a good video for you, but we need to put it in perspective. First of all, let me start with, I just came back from a 4-mile walk this evening. It's beautiful where I am, but yeah, so I threw some makeup on and I did a little something with my hair, but I'm gonna look vastly different than how I look in this, the video recorded last fall in September of 2022. But I'm talking about the Nespresso machine that I purchased as a gift for myself, December of 2021. So 9 months into owning this machine, it crapped out on me. And then the funny thing is, right, December 23rd, 2022, just last month, the weekend of Christmas, that replacement machine crapped out on me. And I hate to be so crass about saying crapped out, but it's a little frustrating because Christmas weekend and I didn't have a coffee machine. I think you can get my frustration a little bit. And quite honestly, I don't know how many times they're gonna continue to replace this machine. I feel like one of those people who gets lemon cars or, something like that. I guess I just keep getting lemons. I'm not rough on the machine. I don't even use it daily. So, all right, let's watch some more. So around Thanksgiving or the time between Thanksgiving and Christmas, I was at a friend's house and she offered me a coffee from that machine. And it was amazing. I don't know if you own one, if you're considering one, but it was an amazing home coffee experience. The machine kind of brews the coffee and aerates it, I believe, and just comes out with the foam on it. I was dazzled by it. I was like, where's that foam coming from? One of the reasons I was interested in getting it is, it's always fun to up your coffee game if you're a coffee drinker. And I live alone, I'm single, so it just seemed like a really convenient substitute for running to the coffee shop daily or almost every other day. It just can get out of hand. I don't know if any of you do that. And any financial advisor out there is going to tell you, cut out going to Starbucks. And I agree 100%. Anyway, not only was it going to up my home coffee experience, but I was going to be getting rid of some appliances that were taking space on my counter, right? So before I experienced that Nespresso machine, these machines all served their purpose. I've got a little cappuccino machine. This, it's a Maxim. I don't know if it was made in the 80s. I really don't know, but I got it for $9.99 almost 10 years ago, and it served me well. I mean, it still would work if I used it. And the Keurig, this was my daughter's when she was in college, and she's in her late 20s now. So, and I have never really cared for the Keurig coffee. I would have some cocoa and things like that for my granddaughters. I kept this on my counter and used it for hot water. So that was the only thing I was using it for. And then of course the trusted, tried and true Mr. Coffee, a friend gave that to me for my birthday. I knew that Vertuo was not going to replace this. But these other two appliances, yes, happy to get them off my counters, out of my cabinets, and just up my coffee game, right? Everything was going along beautifully. I was thoroughly enjoying my machine. I have to admit, I was still hitting the coffee shop, but not every day. And initially, I bought a variety of flavors of the Nespresso coffee, but then I settled in on the Stormio, and so that was my go-to. And just so easy to order those pods, and you can also recycle the pods. So thoroughly enjoying it, right? And recently I went on a trip to Seattle. So I was gone for a week, and when I came home, the machine was not working. It wasn't powering on no matter what I tried. I did troubleshooting. There hadn't been a power failure. No lights were flashing, PF. The plug that was plugged into worked fine. I plugged in another appliance to test it out. So it wasn't that plug. Even though I knew it wasn't that plug, I moved the machine and tried it in another outlet, and just to no avail. And so it was a good 2 weeks before I decided to look into, it's got to have a warranty. What is the warranty? What does it cover? And you know, to me, I think I paid around $130 on sale for it, and that's not a lot of money, but you know, it was a carefully considered purchase. And knowing that my little $9.99 thrift store buy was still working, it was a little hard to swallow the fact that that very nice coffee machine was, well, basically, effectively, just kind of conked out on me. So the first one had some issue with, it just wouldn't power on. The replacement one, I went to use it one day and it just sounded horrible. The little, there's like a little blade is what whirs inside and makes that foam, you know, it's just part of the whole brewing process. And that was just, it was making a horrible sound, an absolutely horrible sound. So whole new problem, right? So anyway, okay, let's continue. A 24/7 call line, and basically you call in, they're gonna send you a link, like a video link, to see you doing the troubleshooting, is what I guess is what they do. Okay, so yes, that is exactly how the troubleshooting works. They will text you a link on your phone, and you open that link, and yeah, you open that link, and then you give them access. I think your access to the camera, and so you can see. Let me see. I'm watching the video, so I can comment along with it. So you can see that that blade was not moving, and while it looks like I'm able to move it, I'm actually, that's taking a little bit of strength to move. It should be free moving. And he said, well, you know what? I'm going to send you a new machine. What color do you want? And I was a bit taken back at how easy this had suddenly become, right? I said, well, I like my machine, so I'll go with the same color. I just want a replacement like kind, you know. He said, well, we just want to give you an option if you'd like to change color. And I said, no, I'll keep the same black. And he said, and so I've prepared a return label that will be emailed to you from UPS. So be on the lookout for that. It's not going to come from Nespresso. It's going to come from UPS. And you'll use that. You do need to package the machine up. And I'm not sure if it's a requirement to put it in its original packaging, but he did mention packaging, original packaging. So I happen to have it, as I said. Well, I was using the packaging actually to box up these two items that I just still haven't gotten rid of yet. Okay, so actually regarding the packaging, the second person that I spoke to for the second replacement machine, it was brilliant what she said, because she said, when the new machine comes, just take the packaging that the new machine is in and repackage the one to send back. So again, kudos to Nespresso, because you don't have to keep your box. Anyway, it couldn't have been a simpler process. I was actually amazed. I was ready for a fight. I wasn't gonna pull a Karen, but I was just expecting that this would not be a simple thing, and that I would have to schlep it to someplace and pay for shipping. They couldn't have made it easier. And so I wanted to come on and share that with you, because I guess I could say that I trust this company now. They stand behind their product and treat their customers just amazing. And so, yeah, so I wanted to let you know that. And the reason I feel so good about it and I wanted to share it is because, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I don't return things. I just can't be bothered with it. I don't know if it's as I've gotten older, I just don't have the patience, or I think sometimes my time is too valuable to make that effort to send something back, to make that effort to go back to a shopping mall or a retailer to return something. And it's silly, because I was gonna buy this coffee maker, and what I had in mind was the savings, right? The financial, good fiscal decision that I was making over a little coffee maker, so I wasn't spending money at a coffee shop. And yet other things, I'll just be like, whatever, it's just a loss. Write it off as a loss and just never purchase from that company again, or never purchase that product again. I don't know if you're like that, but I will say this, this is not a paid endorsement by any stretch of the imagination. This is just me kind of sharing with you that you can, with confidence, purchase an Nespresso, and wow, do they stand behind their product and make me feel good as a customer. Well, all right, so that's, I guess, how I'm gonna end it. Just know that both times I've gotten a replacement machine. We'll figure out what's going on in my life, that my Nespresso machine is having some issues in my house. But yeah, again, it's a little frustrating because this has happened twice now, but again, I do feel good about working with a company that's, great. Our machine isn't working right, but we're gonna make it right with you. And that is important. That's very, very important, because if you're on a budget like I am, again, I said it wasn't a super expensive item to purchase, but it was a little pricey coffee machine. It wasn't, I wasn't expecting it. But I also wasn't expecting, the ease of return and troubleshooting and all of that. So anyway, give them a shot. I'd love to hear your experiences with Nespresso. Please, in the comments below, you know, let me hear from you. Also, don't forget to like my video, and I would love it if you subscribed. It costs you nothing to subscribe. You just hit that little button. All right, everyone, I will see you next time. Bye.